Do you know why so many people fail in life? It's not because they are not smart. It's not because they don't work hard. It's because they give up too early, they stop believing, and they forget that success is built on small habits repeated every single day. I was once rejected from dozens of jobs. I applied to KFC when they came to my city. 24 people applied, 23 were hired. I was the only one rejected. I applied to Harvard 10 times. 10 times they said no. But every rejection gave me one more reason not to stop. Every no became my fuel to create my own yes. People ask me, what is the formula for success? I tell them, it's not magic. It's not luck. It's habits. 3 simple daily habits can change your life forever. First, train your mind to see opportunity, not obstacles. Every problem is an invitation for you to grow. When others see a wall, you must see a door. Each day, remind yourself, the bigger the problem, the bigger the opportunity. Second, say commit to learning every day. Success is not about being the smartest. It's about being the most consistent learner. Read, listen, ask questions, make mistakes. But never stop learning. A little improvement every day becomes massive growth in a few years. Third, never give up on your vision. Many people are willing to work hard for a week, a month, maybe a year. But when it gets difficult, they quit. Champions are not those who never fail. Champions are those who never quit. Write down your vision, remind yourself of it daily, and move toward it step by step, no matter how small. When you live with these 3 habits, your life will transform. Don't wait for someone to believe in you. Believe in yourself first. Don't wait for the perfect time. Start with what you have today. The future belongs to those who keep going when others stop, who keep learning when others give up, and who keep believing when others lose hope. You have only one life. Live it with courage, discipline, and vision. If I could rise from nothing, you can rise from where you are. The only question is, will you start today? Success is not in the future. Success begins with the habits you choose right now. When I was young, I faced rejection so many times that most people around me thought I was destined to fail. I remember applying for 30 jobs and being rejected by all of them. One of the most famous rejections was when KFC came to my city. 24 people applied, 23 were hired, and I was the only one turned away. Imagine how it feels to stand outside the door while everyone else is welcomed inside. It hurts, it makes you question yourself, it makes you wonder if you are good enough. Most people stop right there because rejection feels like the end. But in truth, rejection is never the end. Rejection is the beginning of something greater if you learn to use it as fuel instead of a reason to quit. Too many people treat rejection like a full stop in their life story. They believe it means they are not capable, not talented, or not worthy. But rejection is not proof of your weakness, it is an invitation to grow stronger. Every no you hear can either break you or build you. The difference is not in the rejection itself, but in the way you choose to respond. You can see it as a wall that blocks you, or you can use it as a stepping stone that lifts you higher. When the world says no, you must say yes to yourself. That inner yes is far more powerful than the approval of any boss, teacher, or institution. If I had given up after those rejections, there would be no Alibaba today. There would be no story to tell. But I decided to let every rejection become a lesson. Rejection taught me resilience. It taught me patience. It taught me that if the world does not give you an opportunity, you must create one yourself. Rejection forced me to stop waiting for permission and instead build my own path. That is why I say rejection is not your enemy. Rejection is your partner. It guides you toward the places where you must grow and pushes you toward the things you were truly meant to do. The truth is, rejection sharpens your vision. When doors close again and again, you learn to stop knocking on the wrong doors. You begin to build your own. You begin to understand that success is not about how many people approve of you, it is about how strongly you believe in your dream. Every rejection is proof that the easy road is not yours, but the meaningful road still lies ahead. And when you finally succeed, those rejections will not be scars of shame, but medals of honor that remind you of how much you overcame. So the next time someone says no to you, don't shrink, don't cry, don't quit. Smile and say, "Thank you for the fuel." Let rejection light a fire inside you so powerful that nothing can stop you. Because success does not come from avoiding rejection. It comes from transforming rejection into unstoppable determination. Most people in life see problems as curses. They think when difficulties come, life is unfair, or maybe luck is against them. But the truth is, problems are the greatest opportunities you will ever face if you learn to see them with the right eyes. Every successful person in the world has one thing in common: they saw possibility where others only saw obstacles. The difference between ordinary people and extraordinary people is not intelligence, it is not talent, it is perspective. If you train your mind to look at challenges as opportunities, you will never run out of chances to grow, to build, and to succeed. When I started Alibaba, China had very little internet. Most people didn't even believe in e-commerce. The problem was huge: no infrastructure, no trust, no awareness. But instead of seeing that as a dead end, I saw it as an opening. If nobody believed in the internet, then I had a chance to be the one who made them believe. If no one was building trust online, then I had a chance to create that trust. If no one was selling, then I had the chance to build the first marketplace. The bigger the problem, the bigger the opportunity. That is the mindset that turns impossible situations into historic achievements. Think about it: if life had no problems, there would be no invention, no discovery, no growth. Airplanes were created because people faced the problem of distance. Medicines were created because people faced the problem of disease. Companies are built because there are problems waiting to be solved. Behind every challenge is a hidden gift for the one who dares to look deeper. The reason most people stay stuck is because they focus only on the difficulty. They say, "This is too hard, this is unfair, this is not possible." But if you change the question, your whole life changes. Instead of asking, "Why me?" start asking, "What can I do with this?" That single shift in perspective transforms fear into creativity. Suddenly, the problem becomes a puzzle, and solving puzzles is how leaders are made. Of course, problems are uncomfortable. Of course, they test you. But remember, diamonds are formed under pressure, and strong leaders are created in the fire of difficulty. Every time you face a challenge, you are given a chance to grow tougher, wiser, and more innovative. Those who run from problems remain small. Those who face them head-on become giants. So the next time a problem comes into your life, don't complain, don't run, and don't give up. Look at it closely and ask yourself, where is the opportunity hiding here? Train your eyes to see beyond the wall, because behind every wall is a door waiting for you to open. The world belongs to those who see opportunities where others see nothing but obstacles. And if you can master this way of thinking, no problem will ever defeat you. Instead, every problem will serve as the foundation of your greatest success. Success is not about being born the smartest or the most talented person in the room. It is about being the person who never stops learning. The truth is, the world is changing every single day. Knowledge that was powerful yesterday may become useless tomorrow. If you stop learning, you stop growing. And when you stop growing, you slowly begin to fail. That is why I always tell people the key to building a future is to make learning a daily habit, not an occasional event. When I was young, I was not a top student. I failed in school many times, and my teachers did not believe I would achieve much. But what made the difference in my life was not how many times I failed, It was how hungry I stayed to learn. I was curious. I asked questions. I read as much as I could. Even when I didn't understand, I kept going until I did. Learning became my weapon. And the beautiful thing about learning is that it does not belong to the rich, the talented, or the lucky. It belongs to anyone who decides to be curious every day. People often believe learning stops after school or university. But education is not a degree you hang on your wall. Education is a lifelong journey. Every mistake you make teaches you. Every person you meet can give you a lesson. Every book you read expands your vision. The world itself is your classroom if you are willing to open your eyes. That is why the most successful people are also the most humble students. They don't think they know everything. They stay hungry, they stay open, and they treat every experience as a teacher. The most powerful thing about daily learning is that it compounds. If you read just 15 minutes a day, if you learn one new skill a week, if you reflect on one mistake and improve from it, imagine what happens after 1 year, 5 years, 10 years. Small lessons add up, and soon you become someone unrecognizable from who you were before. This is why learning is the greatest investment you can ever make. It never leaves you, it always grows with you, and it always pays back more than you expect. In business, I always told my teams, one may not be the strongest or the fastest, but we must be the ones who learn the quickest. The market changes, technology evolves, customer needs shift. The only way to survive and thrive is to adapt, and adaptation is only possible through learning. If you refuse to learn, the world will leave you behind. But if you commit to learning, the world cannot ignore you. So make a promise to yourself, learn something today. Not tomorrow, not someday, but today. Read a book, listen to a mentor, ask a question, practice a skill. Do it again tomorrow, and the next day, and the next. The person who learns every day is the person who rises every day. And when you rise a little each day, one day you will find yourself standing on a mountain that others thought was impossible to climb. That is the power of learning. It transforms ordinary people into extraordinary leaders. The easiest thing in life is to start something. The hardest thing in life is to keep going when everything seems against you. Most people quit not because they lack talent or opportunity, but because they lose patience with their own vision. They want success to arrive quickly, and when it doesn't, they give up and move on. But the truth is, anything worth building takes time. A vision is like a seed. You cannot plant it today and expect a tree tomorrow. You must water it, protect it, and believe in it long before anyone else sees its fruit. When I began Alibaba, very few people believed in my idea. Investors laughed at me, banks refused to support me, and even my friends thought I was too ambitious. They could not see what I saw. But that is what vision is, the ability to believe in something invisible until it becomes visible. If I had waited for everyone to understand, I would never have started. And if I had quit, when the first 100 doors slammed in my face, there would be no Alibaba today. Your vision is your responsibility. It is not the world's job to believe in it. It is yours. The test of your vision is not how excited you feel in the beginning, but how committed you remain when nothing seems to work. In the early days of any dream, results are small, failures are many, and doubts are everywhere. This is the stage where most people walk away. But if you can endure that stage, if you can keep walking when progress is invisible, you will separate yourself from 90% of the world. Success is not reserved for the smartest or the fastest. It is reserved for the ones who refuse to quit. Every vision will demand sacrifices. You will lose sleep, you will face criticism, you will encounter setbacks that make you question your path. But each of these is part of the process. Think of climbing a mountain. The higher you go, the thinner the air, the tougher the climb. Many people turn back halfway, but those who push through reach the peak. And once you reach the peak, the view makes every step worth it. Your vision is your compass. Without it, you wander aimlessly. With it, you may stumble, you may struggle, but you always move in the right direction. And when you hold on to it with unshakable belief, something incredible happens. Others begin to see what you see. The world may not follow you at the start, but if you stay true, one day they will admire the courage it took for you to hold on when no one else did. So, never quit on your vision. Protect it, fight for it, and live for it. Remember, the difference between failure and success is often just one more attempt, one more day, one more ounce of belief. Quitting guarantees defeat. Persistence opens the door to victory. If you refuse to quit, your vision will one day turn into a reality that inspires millions. Too many people waste their lives waiting for the perfect moment to begin. They say, "When I have enough money, I will start. When I have the right team, I will start. When the timing is better, I will start." But here is the truth: the perfect moment never comes. If you wait for everything to be ready, you will wait forever. Success belongs to those who start with what they have, right now, even if it is small, even if it feels incomplete, even if it looks impossible. When I started Alibaba, I did not have money, I did not have experience, and I did not have connections. What I had was an idea, a small apartment, and 18 friends who believed in me enough to work without pay in the beginning. That is how every great journey begins. Not with everything in your hand, but with the courage to use whatever is already in your hand. If you cannot use the little you have today, you will never be ready for the bigger things tomorrow. People think they need resources first, but the truth is, resources come after action. Once you begin, once people see your determination, once the world sees your vision in motion, opportunities and support start to appear. But if you wait for opportunities before you take action, nothing will ever happen. The world rewards movement, not hesitation. Think about a farmer who wants to plant crops. If he waits until the weather is perfect, until the soil is perfect, until he has the best tools, he will never plant anything. But the farmer who plants with what he has, who works with the land in front of him, is the one who harvests later. Life works the same way. The harvest belongs to those who start now. Of course, starting small can feel discouraging. You may look at your dream and wonder how your tiny steps could ever build something so big. But every giant company, every invention, every great success story began small. Apple started in a garage. Amazon began with one man selling books online. Alibaba began with a borrowed apartment. Small beginnings are not weaknesses, they are the foundation of greatness. Starting with what you have also builds resilience. When you don't have much, you learn to be creative, resourceful, and disciplined. You learn to do more with less, to solve problems with imagination, to keep moving even when the road is rough. These lessons become your strength, and they prepare you for the bigger challenges that come when your dream grows. So don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for perfect. Start with what is in your hand today, no matter how small it looks. Take one step, and then another, and then another. Over time, those small steps will become a long journey, and that journey will take you further than you ever imagined. The people who change the world are not those who wait. They are those who start. And the best time to start is always now. Your destiny is not written in the stars, it is written in the choices you make every single day. Many people dream of success, but they forget that success is not built on one big decision. It is built on thousands of small decisions repeated again and again. Habits are the invisible architecture of your future. The life you are living today is the result of the habits you created yesterday. And the life you will live tomorrow will be shaped by the habits you begin today. Most people underestimate the power of habits because they look small. Waking up early, reading for 15 minutes, saving a little money, practicing one skill. It doesn't look like much in the moment, but small habits compound, just like drops of water can eventually carve a stone. Over time, these small actions build character, discipline, knowledge, and resilience. Greatness does not appear overnight. Greatness is the natural outcome of good habits practiced daily. When I was building Alibaba, success did not come from one meeting or one lucky deal. It came from years of showing up every day, working with discipline, and pushing my team to keep improving, no matter how small the improvement looked. Our daily habits of persistence, learning, and teamwork created the foundation that allowed us to survive when bigger, richer companies tried to crush us. Habits gave us strength when circumstances were against us. The danger of bad habits is just as powerful. Wasting time, making excuses, avoiding responsibility. These actions may feel small, but they quietly destroy your future. Every time you repeat a bad habit, you are writing a negative script for your life. And by the time you realize it, the damage is already deep. That is why it is so important to be intentional about your habits, because they are either building your success or preparing your failure. The secret is consistency. It is not about what you do once in a while, it is about what you do every day. Eating healthy once will not change your body. Reading one book will not make you wise. Practicing one day will not make you an expert. But doing it daily, with discipline, will transform you over time. Habits are like seeds. Plant them, nurture them, and eventually they will grow into the life you desire. So ask yourself today, what habits are shaping my destiny? Are they lifting me up or pulling me down? If you want to change your future, you must first change your habits. Replace laziness with discipline, excuses with action, fear with courage, and doubt with belief. These daily habits will create a life that others call extraordinary. Remember, success is not a miracle, it is a habit. Your destiny is hidden in your daily routine. Build the right habits, stay consistent, and your future will unfold in ways greater than you ever imagined. The life you dream of is not waiting for luck. It is waiting for your habits to create it.